プにご参加いただきありがとうございます。
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Lucas.
I'm Paula.
And it would really help us to know how good your English is.
あなたたちの英語のレベル、あなたたちの英語がどれぐらいできるか知りたい。
So please help us by using your thumb. If you speak perfect English there, and if you speak no English there, or are you in the middle? Give us an indication of where you are.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Good.
You speak no, zero English.
What about people here? Yeah.
Okay, so for the introduction, at least for the introduction, we will translate everything.
最初の説明だけ全部説明します。最初のインストラクションの部分だけ全部説明します。
So we'd like to begin by asking you to stand up and turn and to say your name really loudly and then sit down again.
立って名前を言っていってほしいと思います。
Just a name only?
Just a minute.
What about everybody stands up? Leave your things on the chair or on the floor. Okay, so stretch. First of all, this is Sunday morning. And we are in a university. So let's just, good morning. Good morning. So again, my name is Paula.
I'm Lucas.
Jonathan.
Yanagisawa.
My name is Hiro.
My name is Shono.
Midori,
Kurosawa.
Kaoru, Minoi, Pariko.
Tatsuo.
K.
Keina,
Ryo.
Akane, Yurika,
Second Mariko.
Min, Nanako,
Kai. Wahori.
Hi.
Kohei.
Chizuru, Yasuko, Isabel, Aya,
Sozo.
Carol, Kachina, Katie, Arika.
A hand of applause for everyone. And nice to meet you, all of you.
So I want to ask another question. How many of you were at the empathy workshop yesterday? Okay. So we're going to begin with something similar to what happened there yesterday. Can you translate? We're going to begin with something similar to what happened in that workshop.
昨日のその教科のワークショップでやったこととちょっと同じようなことをします。
Similar but slightly different.
Slightly different.
ちょっと似てるけど違います。
So just to introduce this activity, the session is about experiential, so an education that is not just about sitting and at a desk, but is more playful and experiential.
机に座って勉強するようなやつじゃなくて、もっと体を動かしてやっていきます。
And we do have some presentations.
で、プレゼンテーションもあります。
But first of all, we want to play a game, which is kind of demonstrating the principle.
でも、そのプレゼンテーションの前にちょっとゲームをしたいです。そのゲームでその大事なことを一緒に勉強したいです。
Okay. So the first thing to do is to leave the neat circle and simply stand at random in the room.
And we can move. We don't
And
need
let's
to
walk.
You need to stay.
Watching, looking at the people around you.
Bye.
Making eye contact.
Hello.
And stop. And now the translation here becomes really important.
Okay.
So really precise. So the invitation is to identify two other people in the room, but don't tell them who they are.
部屋の中にいる人を2人決めてください。でもその人には言わないで、この人とこの人っていう人を2人選んでください。
Has everyone identified two other people?
見つけましたか、2人。
Without being evident.
わからないようにしてください。
So don't tell them who they are. Has everyone chosen two people?
Yeah.
2人見つけましたか、皆さん。
Everyone chosen? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move, but staying exactly between these two people. So staying equidistant from these two people. Okay, so we're going to move, but we'll make sure to stay at an equal distance from our two people.
その2人の人たちとずっと同じ距離を保つようにしてください。もちろん相手には言わない状態で、相手に分からない状態でその人たちと等距離を保ってください。
So let's say, for example, that I had chosen these two people.
例えば、ジョナサンがこの2人を選んだ場合、
I could be here,
ここにいると
or I could be here.
常に等距離を。
But I'm keeping them the same distance. I'm watching them both.
So is it okay to make a triangle or on the line?
It could be either. It can be a triangle or it can be a line.
2人の間に
Or it can be a small
二
triangle
等
or
辺三角
a
形
big triangle or a huge triangle.
大きな三角形でもいいし、小さな三角形でもいいし、とりあえず等距離で。
Okay, has everybody understood? Anybody not understood?
分からなかった方いらっしゃいますか？
Okay, so remember who your two people are and move, keeping them the same distance.
All the time, no?
All the time.
常にその人たちと等距離を保ってください。
So go.
始めてください。
You're worthy, right?
Yeah, don't forget the people are. If you forgot, choose another one, but try. You can push it me.
Okay, let's make a big circle.
大きな一つの円になってください。
Standing up.
Sorry, yeah. And identify who your two people were. Who were your people? Identify the two people
さっきの自分の2人を
With your hands, you mean?
with your hands. Beautiful. So, and again, we're going to call her, what's your name?
Kena.
Okay, so we're going to call on Kayla again to help us to see what happened. So, what did you learn? What did you see? Anyone?
何か感じたことを学んだことはありましたか？
Confused.
But was it totally confusing? Was it totally random? It was confusing, but were there patterns?
何かパターンありましたか？
I have a conclusion.
conclusion, wow.
It is easier to stay more away of, like a triangle. They stay in the middle of the two people. It's more difficult to stay closer of each other.
Because to be able to see them, or
No, just to stay
just to
near.
stay.
Yeah, it's more easier if you think like.
To avoid the crowd.
Yeah.
Can you understand?
人が多すぎてその距離をこう保つのが難しくてこうなったりしてしまう。
Anything else?
Much slower movements.
Hmm?
Movements slow down more and more. And there was a moment where we would scoot up.
And then there were
stop a few
times when they moved
and
faster
move
again, and then they
Ah.
slowed, and then faster. It was like a pulse.
早くなって遅くなったりでだんだん遅くなっていった。
It's hard to keep them in my eyesight.
Yeah, me too.
視線
視界の中に2人いるのがとっても2人をずっと追いかけるっていうのが1人が動くと1人も全然その1人にこう注目してる間にもう1人が動いてしまってあれどこに行ったのかなみたいなのですごく難しかった。
I tried to get out of the crowd and stay a little bit closer to the wall, and I found it is much easier to look check all the people, the crowd moving. So and it was easier to move and find my how can you say it? The distance, yeah, to those two people.
人が集まっているところから距離を取った方がその2人が見えやすかった。だからちょっと皆さんあっち行ってたんですけどね、すごいあっちに行ってました。
It's also hard to see the whole picture when your focus is so much on trying to keep an equal distance from other people. So even though we're all connected, it's hard to be aware that we're all connected because the focus is always where is those two people, and everybody becomes sort of an obstacle in trying to keep that distance. なんかその2人の等間隔に意識を向けてると全体像を見るのがなかなか難しくて、みんなつながってるのは分かってるんだけど、そっちに意識が向かずに常に自分の人はどこに行ったんだろうっていう感じでみんなが障害物になってしまう。その目的の障害物。
Anything else?
It seemed really to flow kind of in a panarchic kind of flow where there's like disorder and then there's kind of an order in a building and then a chaos and then an order again. So kind of
You need to explain panarchic theory. But it was another pattern of faster, slower, building, falling.
同じことの繰り返しってことですか？
そうなんかそのパターンがあってなんか物事が落ち着き始めてなんとなくその秩序が出てきてからまたカオスになってまた秩序っていうそのスピードのこういう円みたいな。
Something I always notice as well is that some people have more connections than others. Some people have been chosen by more people, and when they move, the whole system moves.
何人かがその全体を動かしてきた。
その人いろんな人がなんていうか集中して選ばれてる人がいるからその人が動くとみんなが動かされてしまうっていう。
I found myself moving in different patterns. Like when in the first round I was just moving and ahead, but now I have two objects, two people to keep in mind. So I found myself moving like this, like backwards, or like this in very awkward patterns. So that's the thing about me, not really about it. Can
いろんなパターンで動くということを広げていくんですけど、で最初にはもうずっとまっすぐに行っていて先に進むということをしましたけど、で2回目にはもう2人を観察するためにもうこう、後ろに動いたり、横に変な仕様で動いたりしたっていうことを聞かせてました。
And what that makes me think of is that in some respects, within the game we are free, but in some respects we are constrained.
Yes.
But there's a freedom within constraint. Can one of the Japanese, one of the people who are up here translate that?
自由がありながらも規制があったっていうのが同時に起こってた。
Anything else?
Yeah. I was very difficult to focus on two people because I need to avoid to hit some other people.
That's because you didn't push. We were allowed.
I'm a good person.
I'm also a good person, but a little bit. It's okay.
But we didn't say in the rules you can't hit other people.
I hit some people because I was focused. Sorry. But the closest people, the closest person I choose, also chooses me.
Ah.
Yeah.
近い人お互いに選び合って。
Did you notice any particular? Did you notice that changed anything? Or?
I noticed to the suicide squad. I noticed.
日本語で言うんですけど、自分はその2人の間にいるっていう立場でありながら誰かからも見られているっていうその複雑性みたいなのがすごい感じられます。
She meant it's very complicated, the complexity, because she was chose. No, she chose the two person, and at the same time she was chosen, and it was very complicated. She said.
一番気になったのは自分がターゲットとしている人と目を合わさないようにならないのがすごくしんどかった。
一番しんどかったことです。
一番違和感が。
The most strange thing is that she